Welcome to Soulful Sundaze.
Full of joy, soulful Sundays, full of life, full of joy. When the walls getting louder, you ain't gotta break down. No, you ain't gotta break down. Stand tall, you are powerful.
Welcome to Soulful Sundaze, where we are bringing you soul-inspired conversations. Today, we have a very amazing topic that I am really excited to talk about. We're talking about confidence, guys. Confidence and lack of self-esteem. That it's a very powerful topic, and it's very important for our beautiful women and men in the world, not just society, but everyone. I am your host, Lena Anthony. This is my beautiful co-host, Judy Johnson.
Hi.
My other beautiful co-host, Ty French.
Hello.
And today we have an amazing special guest, Michele Weaver.
Hey.
Hey, girl.
Welcome.
Hey.
Thanks for coming.
Welcome to our show.
Thanks for having me.
Of course, of course. So, I just want to dive in because we're talking about confidence. It is so...
Can we do our normal?
I was like, are we
First
gonna
shout
drink
out.
or is this just for decoration?
A toast to confidence.
Yes, a toast to confidence.
Ooh,
I'm sorry.
That gave me some confidence. Let's do this. Liquid courage.
Liquid courage.
False confidence.
No, but this is important because I feel like confidence is something that can be instilled in you at a very young age, or it can be something that you can just navigate life and not having, and it can lead to so many things. Lack of confidence, lack of self-esteem leads to depression. It leads to suicidal issues or bullying or all kinds of things. And I feel like a lot of people, whatever your career is, whatever you do, you have to have some type of confidence. You have to know where to get your confidence from in order to maintain your livelihood. Because again, like I said, it just, if you don't have confidence, there are so many different things that can happen in your life and in your mind. Mm-hmm. So, and there's so many people battling with this thing, especially in this industry, you know?
I definitely want to know, because for me, confidence is the ability to see myself projected, limitless and free. Meaning being able to be me, present in everything that I do. So what does confidence mean for you guys?
For me, confidence is seeing myself the way God sees me. Because I feel like we are an image of God. And if God is love, if he is worthy, if he is beautiful, if he is peace, if he is joy, then I want to make sure that that is where my confidence lies. Like that is my foundation. And it's easy for me to, and it's crazy. I'm just going to share a story. I have 5 siblings. And I was always the one person who was always bold and always moved in confidence. And it wasn't like, you know, when you're growing up, you don't know. It had nothing to do with my looks or whatever. It was just, there was just this, as a child, I would say there was this inner voice or inner being that just kept me confident. But I know that was God just always instilling that in me. Like I was, and it didn't matter what I did, I always moved confidently and boldly. So, I mean, I don't, and it's there. So, you know, so what is your definition?
To me, confidence equals comfort, and I say that because you're comfortable being yourself. It's not perfection. People think in order to achieve confidence, you have to perfect something. I have to perfect my smile or my skin or my hair or my size. You know, so I equate confidence with comfort. You're comfortable even with your flaws, in your own skin, not trying to be someone else, not trying to portray. You know, that's why they have the saying false confidence. Because some people put on that thing, and sometimes you gotta fake it till you make it. You know, if you just struggle with that, but you know, it's really owning who you are and accepting those parts about you that even get on your nerves. But when you're able to accept that about you, I think you've achieved confidence in a strong way. And then there's also the other hand where there's arrogance. There's a fine line.
Yeah.
You can be confident in your abilities and your personality and your looks even, but there's that line where if you go over a little too much, then you're tipping into arrogance.
Yeah.
But all in all, to me, it equates comfort.
That's good. Michelle?
Yeah, I would say confidence is knowing your value. I think when you go into a store, nobody argues the price of something because they know the value. And so I think it's knowing even that nothing is perfect, but it doesn't change that you're valuable. So like every human being has a value because they have a soul, they have a spirit, they have a body, they have a purpose. So even when you're at your lowest, you still have a value. Even when you're at the worst, it doesn't change your value. It's just the circumstances. And I think that's what's so contradicting in society is that we place our value on things that don't change our value. Like our job or what we look like, whether we look the way we feel, if we fit into society standards of this, whether we have marriage, a house, success, money, whatever. But the reality is, it's like, even for me, I know that before, for example, of being a lead on a television show, I was the same girl before that show. I had the same value before that show. So whether that show's last 10 years or is taken away or whatever, it doesn't change my value. And that's where I come from, my confidence. It's like, I know I'm here for a reason. And so I think that also makes me check too, not being arrogant, because I think arrogance comes from where you think almost like you've done something to make yourself better than another human. Now, there's semantics about you've earned your way to be to a certain spot, absolutely. But I don't think that one human is necessarily more valuable than another.
Speaking of value, going back to that, I feel like in order to know your value and know your worth, you have to know the creator of value. So it goes back to identity. Like, who created you? If God created you, then you are valuable. You are precious to Him. You are worthy. So so that's the thing. So people won't. Sometimes they don't know their value, so they don't know their confidence. And it's like they don't know their value. They don't have confidence, but it's because they don't have a connection to their identity.
Exactly. Yeah. Absolutely.
I think that's it's key, where if you're not connected, then you're looking for, well, what makes me confident?
Right.
And it's the external factors where, merchandising or advertisement is telling you, hey, you gotta look like this. Your makeup has to asymmetrical, your eyebrows and this, and your booty, and then your body, everything. It tells you this is what a confident woman looks like.
Right.
Versus the truth.
Yeah.
So when the truth steps out, there is this attack.
Yeah.
But they stand strong because they're confident. But when the lie steps out and is attacked, then the lie immediately changes. Well, they said this doesn't look that way. I need to change this.
Yeah.
So it is important to be connected and be rooted to the truth of who you are, the confidence, from where your confidence comes from, to be able to live in this society. It's brutal.
Yeah.
It is.
And it's a journey to find confidence, because it's the same thing with happiness. It's not a destination.
Yeah.
It's a journey. I think we're constantly changing, so therefore we're constantly learning about ourselves and having to accept more about ourselves.
Yeah.
And even when you think about, lack of self-confidence in children, that's where they get bullied.
Yeah.
But the ones that are bullying have the confidence issues too. So it's such a universal theme, confidence and the lack thereof, and it affects everybody.
It affects.
I gotta ask, because Lena, I'm always amazed by when you speak on things, because you said that you've always had this knowing.
Yeah.
I actually remember when confidence punched me in the gut. I remember, like, no, you're not gonna do that to me. No, that's not gonna happen. And it was around not high school, maybe middle school, and I encountered feeling bullied. And it was when I spoke up for myself.
Right.
I don't know where that came from, because I was this little stick figure kid walking through middle school. But something in me, something told me. That's one of God's names. Something told me.
Told me.
Something told me.
Insert
Stand
God.
up. Seriously. And it was at that moment that I changed, and I was like, no, I don't want that inner dialogue to say, I wish I said this. I should have thought this. I should have done that. And then I walked in a way of, no, I'm going to say what's on my mind right now. It got me in trouble. A lot of times because I wasn't mature.
Yeah.
But do you guys recall a time in your life where you could say, here's something that is very clear that I stepped into the next evolution of who I am confidently?
I'm gonna be transparent. So even though I was always confident growing up, remember I come from Philadelphia. It's a small city. Like Philly is big, but when you're there, it's really small. So I remember when I came to LA, I was like, oh yeah, because everybody was like, you don't belong here in Philly. You need to go to LA, because at the time I was interning at a radio station, and I remember everybody would always say, you need to go to Philly. You need to go to LA. You do not belong here in Philly. So I never felt like I belonged in Philly. So I remember when I came to LA. Let me tell y'all how I got kicked right in the face, because I was like, yeah, I'm cute. Oh, she cute. Oh, she's gorgeous. Oh, she. Yeah, it's a million pretty girls in LA. So it makes you like really check yourself and like, okay, is my confidence here or is it in here?
Right.
And I had to really like redirect my mind and my thoughts. Like, okay, wait, I'm making this too surface. But it had me really level up in a way where I had to go to my creator. Because my confidence isn't in what I look like on the outside. It's what's inside of me. And that's how I was able to build it on a higher level. So now it's like confidence. Oh, I'm powerful. It ain't about my looks. Whether my face gets scarred today or tomorrow, I know the power I carry and the value I have within me.
Absolutely.
You know?
Yes. I always struggled with confidence. I think as a young kid, I was oblivious to it, so it didn't really cross my mind until adolescence, and then I just always, and it was associated with my weight, so as I started getting heavier, of course, in my mind, I'm like, okay, I would try to predict what bullies could say. They're going to say, oh, you're fat, or you got a big head, whatever. And so I always struggled with that and try to beat people to the punch by offering those things, like, oh, you're just going to say this, or you're just going to say that, but then really when I got married, that's when the confidence in my heart was solidified. Because not only do I have a life partner, someone that's trudging through the trenches with me, he loves me wholly. And I think that allowed me to be free, because now I'm not trying to do myself up to attract a guy. Now I'm not trying to, fit in with this group of girls. I want to be this way as a woman or whatever. I had that confidence as me with my husband. So I think that's really what spoke to my confidence, and what it really anchored it in my heart for me.
Good.
It's so interesting. I feel like there's so much I could say on this topic, but I remember, exactly what you said. Like, people be like, girl, you just need to go and start. People come on the street, you do need to audition for commercials, whatever. And I would go to all these meetings with agents and they wouldn't sign me. I'm like, but no one's signing me. I'm like, everybody looks like me. Light skin girl, curly hair. And I would get so frustrated, right? But then it became this thing where exactly what you said, I had to reevaluate who I am and my value. And I remember people just, it's just in networking conversation when you're starting off in LA. It's just such an interesting journey. But besides the fact, the people you meet, the things people say is just, anyways. But one thing that I just started to realize, and this was just on my own, I was like, you know what? I believe in myself. And I don't need you to believe in me the second you see me. Because you will see.
Come on.
Yes. And through time, I will give you something to believe in.
That's good.
I won't have to overcompensate. I will not have to change what I believe are my standards of value. You will see. And I was willing to, I was able to, and I think it's because of my mom is such a fierce woman, and I come from a good family, but also I like to challenge things. People kept telling me, no, you need to do it this way. No, you need to have straight hair. And when I first came into Hollywood, girls were not wearing their hair natural. The look was a light-skinned girl with long, straight hair. That was it. That's I was like, I don't want to straighten my hair. And people would tell me day in and day out, you need to be more polished. You need to be more sexy. You need to do this. You need to do comedy. Every time I would book drama over comedy. And I think with that experience, I started to realize, I'm like, you know what? people are going to have their opinions
Yeah.
of me. I'm going to walk into a room, and there are going to be certain things that everybody is going to immediately think about me.
Yeah.
And I can't change that. And I don't need to worry about it. I know who I am. I know my value. I know why I'm here. And that's why I think it's so important to know why you are where you are. Why are you in LA? Why are you an actor? What are you here to do? Because if you're here to just be an actor, trust me, I've been an actor. Like, it's not that exciting. It's actually very depressing. It's not fulfilling.
Yeah.
And so it's like, but once you know why you're here, you also aren't afraid to wait. You're not afraid to say no, because you're like, if I know that I'm going to be here, I know that you will see me. I used to literally and trust me, I used to cry after every audition. And I think it's just because you have to be so open, and and so I would just be so open, and I'd just cry. I'd have to cry to deal with it. But I just started to just tell myself, I'm like, look, I would walk out of rooms, and I'd be in that elevator, and I'd be like, you don't gotta cast me, because you're gonna see me. Whether it's you or the 500th person to see me audition, somebody's gonna cast me. And then all of y'all are gonna fall into line. So I think but you have to, I think that going back to the core statement of it is, when you are confident, you're not afraid to provide something for people to believe in, and not in a sense of people pleasing, but understanding, of course no one's gonna think I'm a good actor from meeting me in 2 seconds. You haven't seen me act. Why am I expecting people to see when I've never given them given them anything to see? And so I think that's just the balance, and that's just my personal walk with confidence, being someone who is very judged from first look. You're a rich white girl. Okay, well, why do you have a BMW and I have a 2000 Honda if I'm the rich white girl? Okay, if I'm not white, so I know I'm white, but I still face racism, not to your consent. Listen, I do not face a lot of things that darker skinned people do. Absolutely, I will not say that, but I'm still not white. I've still faced certain prejudices because of that. But so because I've had so much stereotypes that I've had to kind of deal with, I think it's just made me have confidence that, they'll get it.
And there are so many different triggers that can cause a person to lose their confidence, from bullying, from not booking the jobs, or losing a job, or something like sexual harassment.
Absolutely.
Being in LA and being an actress, I've been through a lot where my confidence was wavered quite a few times, because I've been sexual harassed quite a few times from some what they call Hollywood powerful people, but I had to go through those things because, what God had shown me last year, you grow through what you go through.
Exactly.
And me going through all of those things, my confidence was wavered, but it was a test to build my faith and to build my confidence and to build my character. So there are so many issues in life that can trigger someone's confidence.
But I think we have to have our confidence challenged to be confident. If you've never been in your room and feel like you want to give up, there's probably actually something wrong with you.
Absolutely.
You're not human. And I think that's where we have to do is we have to forgive ourselves when we're insecure, and don't overcompensate. We check in with ourselves. And exactly, it's like, if we don't have those moments, I look at, and I think this is maybe one thing that's helped me through this industry, is I always look at that one meme that said, when Oprah was 24, she was fired. When all these actors were people told them to give up, and then think about all the trials that people, Steve Harvey lived in his car. That is humiliating. Thinking about even the drug addicts that, Robert Downey Jr. was literally an addict and had years of not working. The humiliation and lack of confidence, insecurities that came from that. But then I'm like, but look where they went. Of course. And it's I almost feel like the more attacks you get on your confidence, the more attacks you get on your power, and it's because everyone sees how great you are. Everyone sees how powerful you are. And it's actually a testament of where you can go.
Exactly.
I hope everyone is listening, because what you're saying is very profound. But others won't know that there is another another side of the struggle, because a lot of people will fall victim to the woe is me.
Yeah.
Why is this happening to me? Where is my relief? When is this gonna ever end? So let me end this. And to touch to what you talked about, where confidence being challenged, that can increase in suicidal or those self-inflicted pains that you put on yourself because the world hurts so much. Let me distract myself from the world mental pain and put it in a physical form where people need to hear and they need to see, yes, I have been in the car. I have lived out on the street. And a lot of times people don't expose their pain. They don't showcase their wounds to say, I may be successful, but look at everything that hurt to get to this point.
Because a lot of times people aren't healed. They're still carrying that with them. So because you can find the most powerful people who are millionaires or billionaires who don't have confidence.
Oh,
because they're still struggling. Like, well, I'm a millionaire, but I still went through this, or they don't understand why they went through it.
It's a part of shame.
It's a part of life. It is a part of life.
It is
some
a
people
part of
hide
life.
behind
They
that
do,
success.
but they don't understand that when you speak, this is what I survived. The next person gets to survive. The next person is built in their confidence to know, oh, this hurt, and this is not the end. I just need to keep pushing through.
Right, and I think that's where, people would ask me, like, how do you do it? How do you do it? I'm like, I know that there's a formula. You fail before you succeed.
Come on.
That's the formula. You never succeed 10 times in a row. That's not even physically possible. It's not even biblical. You know what I mean? Like, it says you will trial and yet have overcome. Like, if you have nothing to overcome, then it's like watching a movie with no conflict. It's boring.
It's boring.
And let's take it down even to a small scale in terms of
movie. Can I have some popcorn, please?
But in terms of that whole, like you said, you got to fail before you succeed. And I'll even take it down to, let's say you guys have ever been in the job market before the industry, like looking for a job, just any kind of job to pay the bills, right? And you put all these applications out. And you don't get any yeses until like maybe your 30th application or whatever the number is. But imagine if every application you put in and you get a yes for every single one. Now you're tasked with having, which job am I going to choose? Which thing am I going to do? And then you're always going to think, did I make the right choice? Did I make the right choice? So I am in agreement with that whole formula that you have to go through this failure to understand what it is and also to recognize what the success is. Like you can't recognize sunshine if you see it all the time, it's got to rain. And so I think it's the same thing with confidence and with success. It just, to me, it ties up.
Well, LA itself is one of those places that will come and you will learn where you're meeting. You will learn. You will learn where you are weak. Like, wait, I'm not as confident as I was. Like,
they will cry on
where is my
confidence? You didn't even know you were insecure about that. You'd be like, oh, wait,
should I be insecure about that?
And it may not be an audition that you didn't book. It may not be the opportunities that weren't afforded to you. It could simply just be looking over like, man, look at what they're driving. Look at what they're wearing. But it's all an illusion to distract you from the inner working of knowing your value and recognizing, listen, this is a part of the journey of what I need to achieve.
Or it could be something deeper. Just, there's people out here struggling who don't have a mother or a father. That can break a person's confidence, or just people out here who just don't know themselves. There is a journey of not knowing yourself that I think everybody goes through.
Everybody.
And it's to build your confidence, to build, your identity and knowing who you are and where you come from. But I mean, there are so many different reasons outside the industry that can just break a person's confidence or, make a person want to feel, I've never been in that situation where I wanted to feel like I wanted to commit suicide or I was that depressed, but there are some people out there.
I was attacked with that. And that was before the industry came about. That was just me being a kid needing attention. Like, mommy, look at me. Daddy, look at me. And they were looking at me. But it was just something inside of me that wasn't whole. It was something inside of me that wanted more. And I didn't know how to get there. And because I wasn't there, no one could understand me. No one could kind of direct me because I was stubborn. There's a lot of inner workings that you have to deal with to be able to even open your cup to say, pour into me.
Yeah, absolutely.
And that was where I struggled. And
That's good.
again, when you deal with the suicidal, or you deal with the cutting, or you deal with something that is on the darker side, you're searching for light.
Yeah.
But how can you see light if your eyeballs ain't even open? Like,
Right.
open your eyes, it's there. And
Yeah.
I had to deal with that of, that gut feeling of, I am purpose. Oh, I do have a calling. Oh, I'm supposed to grow.
Yeah.
Oh, there's
Right.
more.
Yeah.
That sensation of,
Yeah.
I get more.
Yeah.
But it's the wanting it, it's the doing it, and it's the
Yes,
actual action of it. But there are moments where you feel like I'm surrounded in darkness and there's no way out.
So for some people who aren't as far in their spiritual journey, like we're all, I feel like we're all grounded in Christ and know that our confidence comes from him, right? But for some people who aren't there and they don't have confidence, or they're trying to, because not everybody, I feel like you can't teach a person confidence. It's very hard. Like, I honestly had people say to me, can you teach me how to walk? And I'm like, well, what's the root of what are you trying to learn? Because I walk with confidence. Like, I literally had someone ask me, can you teach me how to walk? And I'm like, what does that mean? And I remember a mentor of mine asking me, like, you should teach a class. On what? Walking or confidence?
Walking with confidence.
Walking with confidence. But because not everybody prays.
Yeah.
Or at that level where they should pray. You know what I mean?
Right.
And it's not about a powerful prayer, but it's just you can just be simple and ask God, Lord, show me confidence. But I just wanted to talk about that. Like, how do you teach a person confidence? For the people out there who just struggling with low self-esteem, or struggling with depression, or they just trying to kick it,
I would say my experience with confidence is actually experiencing the dark. I think
That's good.
I think one thing that's great is seeing examples. Seeing examples of people being open with their testimony and saying, listen, I didn't always feel this way or anything. And that helps encourage people that it's in your times of most insecurity where you can find your most confidence. And in the sense that I was going with this. I think really what confidence happens is it's a self-exploration.
That's good.
And that's why you can't teach somebody confidence. Is because they have to explore it for themselves.
Yes.
So, and I think it comes with a level of forgiveness for yourself. I have confidence now because I've been threatened, sexually harassed in the industry, because people have called me names, people have manipulated me, people have tried to control me, people have tried to convince me things that were false, people have taken things away from me, people have literally attacked me over things that I know I was in the right, but they didn't like the idea that I had a voice for myself. And so that left me broken for weeks on end sometimes, for months sometimes. But that's where I built my confidence. It was like I had to have someone hurt me for me to actually see my value in that. Am I going to let this person's opinion of me determine how I live my life and how I see myself?
I gotta add to that, because I love how you said that it's not something that's taught. But what I'll say, it's not taught, it's invested.
Yes,
Right. That's true.
I can't teach you how to be confident, but I can invest in your confidence.
Yes.
I can provide you with
Encourage you.
the encouragement. I can provide you with an opportunity. I can provide you with skills and show you some things and encourage you along the way and pick you up when you fall and let you know you will fall. And show you that, yes, vulnerability and all these things, the experience level for one is an investment. And I wish, and I know for me, it's always, Lord, give me mentors that can show me and teach me and invest. Now I'm the mentor. And I didn't have the mentors that I yearned for. So now it's more, okay, I'm not going to teach, I'm going to invest in you.
And along the same line of that investment, I think also not being able to teach confidence, but you can instill it within your friends and your tribe. So
Right.
surrounding yourself with people who build you up.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Celebrate your uniqueness and your
Right.
differences, you know, because not everybody has family where they can get it from their family as a young child, where they're instilling in you, and as you do with your son, putting affirmations, you know, he's receiving all of that. Not everybody has that circle growing up, but I think when you choose to associate with people that are of like mind or spirit led or whatever, I think as friends, you lift each other up.
Yeah.
And say, you're so beautiful.
Yeah.
Not you just look beautiful today, but you're
Yeah.
beautiful.
Right.
Your heart is so kind, you know, and giving that to your friends and your loved ones, I think can help with their confidence to know that I got a circle of friends that I don't care even if I want to be your friend and you don't accept me, I got a circle of friends that accept
right,
me.
yeah.
And then I think that's how you can kind of build confidence in
Yeah.
others.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like, for example, it's not even like a mental note, but like every episode, I'm like, oh, my beautiful co-host, my beautiful co-host. Like, it's just something that I've learned that throughout years, everyone needs encouragement.
Yes.
Right.
And my job, I know my purpose in life is to empower, is to inspire, and I know that is what I'm here and I'm created for. So I think that everyone is uniquely created for a reason, in whatever shape, color, form, whatever you are, whoever you are, God has uniquely chosen you to be that person. And you are perfect in your own way. So walk confidently in that. And as you grow to love yourself the way that God lovingly created you, you will have confidence in you because you will know where you came from. And there's nothing that anyone can do to break that confidence. There's nothing that anyone can do to shake that confidence. No matter what society throws at you, no matter what life, boyfriends, mother, fathers, because life is going to break your heart. But that doesn't mean it's going to break your confidence.
All right, I'll drink to that.
Right, yeah.
So,
It's
so full of life,
So full love.
so full of confidence.
Right.
Soulful Sundaze.
Soulful Sundays.
Thank you for
We
joining
thank
us.
you
Thank
guys.
you, Michelle. Thank